Do, 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 do. Welcome to The More We Know, where Meg and Jessica
from Desperately Seeking the 80s
school each other on New York City trivia
that we are absolutely sure the other one does not know.
This is a good one.
I'm very excited. I know you're excited about this.
You didn't have a dog when you grew up.
Oh, hell no. No,
Okay.
My mother was like barely okay with the turtle that she then returned to the pet store.
So this might really be news to you.
Okay.
I did have a dog growing up.
Yes, I know.
And the poop, when it dried, it was white.
Yeah.
Does that sound familiar to you?
Yes, it does.
White, dry dog poop? Do you want to know why that is?
I am really excited to hear about this.
Dog food in the 80s had high levels of calcium.
Interesting.
And it was from a cheap kind of bone meal. And thank goodness our dogs now have a higher grade of food. But then it was there was a lot of calcium, and that's why the poop was white.
That is gross to begin with. Is it disturbing though?
It actually makes me sad for the dogs that I grew up with, because I was like, we were feeding them, and across the board, like all dog food just like wasn't really good enough to eat, and that's what we were feeding them.
Well, do you want to hear something interesting about dog food now?
Sure.
I read, when I got my second dog, I read about how dog food, commercial dog food, has beet juice or beets in it, and that you're supposed to avoid that because it dries them out and makes them constipated.
Oh. So what does Alfie eat?
Well, he eats wellness dry dog food, but it doesn't have beet extract in it. So,
all right.
You know, food for thought. Although interesting, humans don't have the same reaction.
With beets.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. Dog poop. We love dog poop. We live with a lot of dog poop.
Okay. That's true.
Okay, so shall I?
Yes.
Shall I shock and amaze?
Yes.
This is going to really speak to you because it's right in your wheelhouse of what you love the most.
Oh.
Okay. So we're back to my love of New York City geography.
Yes.
The streets. So one of the establishments that we've spoken of very frequently on the podcast is the Odeon restaurant, which was the first restaurant that made Tribeca. And it was the spot where, you know, you were to go to see and be seen, and it was the Warhol folk and all of the actors and actresses.
All that.
Exactly. And so that was located
Is located.
Thank you, fact checker. In fact, Jay McInerney, fact checking, New Yorker. Look at that, pulling it all together. So that's on Thomas and West Broadway.
Okay.
So at 41 Thomas Street, this is why Thomas is an interesting street. You will never forget it after this. In 1836, at 41 Thomas Street, which was a well-known bordello, the most celebrated and beautiful prostitute in New York City, named Helen Jewett, was brutally axe murdered in her bed, and then the bed was set on fire. Now, this was a sensation, and such a sensation that the newspapers covered it in a way that they would never have covered anything about a prostitute's murder before, and it became the first tabloid murder coverage in New York City.
Wow.
Yeah. So the murder of Helen Jewett is something that you can easily look up. There's a great book about it.
And was she a celebrity before her death?
Yes.
Or did her
well,
death?
I mean, celebrity is probably a bit generous, but she was a sought-after lady of the night.
Okay. But people who were reading it had never heard of her before, just the...
Well, they wouldn't admit to it.
Okay.
But, you know, she wasn't like, an actress, sort of courtesan type.
She became notorious because of the death, but many people knew her.
If you were on the market for a prostitute, you knew who she was.
I have another question.
Yes.
Did they solve it?
They did. There are some people who feel that it was not solved in a satisfactory way.
Okay. I'm very excited to follow up on this.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. The more we know.
Do, 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 do.